candle in. Maybe find those things around your house. Maybe you want to light a candle and set that near your mat. But we're gonna start standing, so just, like I said, just take a moment, do that, and then we'll begin standing on our mats. So I hope you all can see me okay. I hope you all can hear me okay. On your mat, I want you to stand tall, okay? So maybe you keep your eyes open and bring your gaze down to your feet. Maybe your feet are inner hip bone distance apart. Maybe you keep a little gentle bend into your knees, and from there press yourself up. Your seat's not out, your seat's gently tucked under, nice neutral pelvis. Maybe you pull your navel in towards your spine. Maybe you shrug your shoulders up into your ears. Relax your shoulders down your back. And on an exhale, go ahead and gently close your eyes. Feel your feet touching the ground. Feel steadiness in your body and breath. Feel yourself growing nice and tall. Imagine nice, healthy roots from the bottoms of your feet to grow yourself into that strong person that you are. Nice, big breaths in through your nose and all the way through your body, out through your feet. For the next 3 breaths, I want these to be yours. So just allow yourself to do that. I want to remind you tonight that no one here can see you. You're in a safe space, you're in your homes. I want you to try to keep your eyes closed for this next little practice we're going to begin, and that's just going to be stomping your feet onto your mat. Maybe you find your own rhythm. Maybe you stomp right and left. Maybe you stomp around. Maybe move it forward, back. Maybe you just stay on one side. Maybe you move to the other side. But I want this stomping part of the practice to be yours. Maybe keep your eyes closed, moving in a way that feels good in your body. Reminding yourself that you belong here. You are here on purpose. You have a right to be in this body and this life. You have a responsibility to stand with intention. Keep stomping those feet out, however feels good. Keep it going, keep it going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed, find stillness on your mat. How do you feel? Maybe you wiggle out those fingers. Maybe you keep your eyes closed and reach your arms out and up and through your heart center. Maybe you reach your arms out and up and keep them up nice and high and wiggle out your fingers. Bring your arms to your sides, gently blink your eyes open. Go ahead and take a seat onto your mat. We're gonna lie down, but your soles of your feet are gonna be on your mat. Hi, Emily. Your feet are gonna be about mat width distance apart, and you're just gonna let those knees gently drop into one another, finding that opening, that space in your low back, and you're gonna bring both of your hands to your belly. Go ahead and close your eyes here, nice big belly breaths. Notice on your inhale, let your belly expand. On your exhale, let your belly release. And just stick with that, feeling that expansion of your belly. Make it as big as possible. And then help that belly back in as you exhale. Inhale, nice and big. And exhale, bring it back in. And just stick with this. Nice, big belly breaths. I want you to move one hand from your belly up to your heart. And I want your chest to expand on an inhale with your belly and then release on your exhale. Notice how together they rise and fall. And I want you to stick with that. Your own breath, your own movement. It might feel nice to take some open mouth exhales. Let that heat out. Couple more rounds of breath right here at your own pace. Take 3. Nice work, everybody. Go ahead. I want you to, you can keep your eyes closed, but you're just going to bring your hands from your heart and your belly just to your sides. You're going to bring those feet inner hip bone distance apart. You can just let your hands lie flat on your mat, okay? Keep those hips, knees in line. And we're just going to move our pelvis. So it's going to be a very subtle movement. So if you're looking to me for what should be happening here, what we're doing is we're from that neutral position, lifting, okay, and then nice and slow, pressing that low back into the mat, okay, just moving right here on your mat. I want you to go nice and slow, so slow that if you feel any shaking or tension anywhere, take notice to that. That could be some sort of imbalance in your body, something that you might be holding on to, something that might be holding you back so you can't move forward. Just keep your eyes closed and just pay attention to those small happenings in your body. It's such a gentle movement, but tells us so much. So really pressing that low back into the mat, creating space, finding that neutral pelvic position, and then gently lifting that tailbone off your mat. Nice and slow. Maybe you start to find that connection of this movement with your breath. Just do this 3 more times. Nice job, everybody. Reach your arms out nice and long like a T. Bring your knees up to 90 degrees. And I just want you to, as slowly as you possibly can, nice and steady, drop your knees over to the right. Before we begin to rest on one side, I want you to slowly work through this. Bring those knees through center. Drop your knees over to the left. And I want you to do this 2 more times. Nice and slow. If you have to keep your feet on your mat, feel free to do so. Bringing that attention, that awareness back to where you might feel a little shake in your body. Is it your core working here, or is it your psoas muscles, your inner thighs? Are your hips doing all the work for you? Go ahead and drop your legs all the way over to the right. Maybe bring your gaze all the way over to the left. Keeping your shoulders connected to your mat, and breathe. Even though you're in a resting position, maybe your eyes are closed, do you feel as though you're holding on anywhere? Is there any tension in your hips or ankles? What about your neck? Nice and gentle, bring your gaze up to center. Bring your knees through center and gently drop your legs over to the left as you turn your gaze over to the right. Do you notice any differences from side 1 to side 2? And breathe. Bring your gaze back to center and your legs to center, and pull your knees into your chest. Roll your ankles one way and the other way. Maybe you pull your knees into your chest and you rock yourself from side to side. Maybe you take some time here for some nice big knee circles. Before you, just pick one side to roll all the way over to. Bottom arm underneath your head, top arm over you, hand on your mat. Go ahead, gently press yourself up and make your way into child's pose with your toes together and your knees apart, and reach your arms nice and long. Bring your forehead to your mat, to your pillow, to a block. Take notice to what it feels like to be completely supportive in this child's pose. Allow yourself to surrender into this pose. Taking nice, deep breaths. If your palms are currently facing down, maybe you flip your palms so that they face up. From here, it might feel good to stay right here or interlace your fingers. Bring your elbows in closer and bring your hands to the nape of your neck to really open up your chest in this child's pose. You can walk your elbows in closer to your ears. And then from there, you can walk your elbows away from your shoulders to find more space. From here, go ahead, take your time and find your way into tabletop. Walking those knees in. Taking the next minute or two even for yourself and your body. Remember, you're at home, so you can close your eyes. No one can see you. and just move to the way your body calls for. So maybe that's those hip circles. Maybe it's cat and cow. Maybe it's just taking care of those wrists and shifting from side to side. I'm here to lead you, but every body is different. Every body should be celebrated for its differences. You know yours, so take care of it. Take your time here. Nice job, everybody. Way to take care of you. Take your time and come back to a neutral tabletop position, pulling your navel in towards your spine. Point your fingers pointing to the top edge of your mat, eye of your elbow facing forward. Curl your toes behind you. Press down to lift your hips up nice and high and energetically send your heels towards your mat for your first downward facing dog. Don't let your shoulders sink into your ears. Take your gaze in between your knees. Begin to pedal your heels out. Maybe you take time and pause. Notice that sensation in the backs of your legs. Nice deep breaths. Three more breaths in downward facing dog. Maybe you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Maybe you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more nice deep breath in. Equal deep breath out and rise up to the ball mounds of your feet. Take your gaze in between your hands and gently step your feet one at a time to the top of your mat and find yourself in a forward fold. Feet are inner hip bone distance apart. Press down through your heels as you lift through your hips and just let your head hang heavy. And breathe. Maybe you bend into your knees and press your thighs back. Bend into your knees and press your thighs back. Bend into your knees, press your thighs back. Head hangs heavy, you fold. On an inhale, maybe you halfway lift, hands to your shins, hands to your thighs, or maybe hands to a chair out in front of you. Spine's nice and long, shoulders are down and away from your ears. On an exhale, bow forward and fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Nice and long. Beautiful, beautiful. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale all the way up, stretch, take up space. Bring your hands up and over your head and bring your hands to your heart. On an inhale, reach your arms out and up, take up space. And bring your hands to your heart. Reach your arms out and up, take up space. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale out and up. This time, exhale your hands through your heart center. Bow forward and fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale up and reach. Exhale your hands through your heart center, bow forward and fold. Inhale to halfway. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale your hands through your heart center, bow forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale all the way up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale your hands through your heart center, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bow forward and fold. You're going to step your left foot back into a low lunge. From here, we're going to drop that back knee. Toe and heel your right foot forward. Root through your right heel as you let the earthiness of your legs and hips draw back. Nice long spines here. You don't need to bring your forehead to your shin. And breathe. You're going to walk your hands forward. Plant your right foot on your mat. Lift your back kneecap off your mat. And from here, maybe you step in just as step like I did. And from here, I just want you to lift and lower your hips. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time, go ahead and lift. Hold it here. Lower. Walk your hands forward. Use your core to step to the top of your mat. Bow forward and fold. Step your right foot back, low lunge. Go ahead, drop that back knee, toe and heel your left foot forward. Hips back, spines long. Nice big stretch in the back of your left leg. Nice big breaths. Make sure your spine's nice and long. Go ahead, find that low lunge. And again, lift your hips and lower your hips. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and hold. Notice that tension just releasing from your neck. Go ahead and lower. And use your core. Step to the top of your mat. Bow forward and fold. Take a big or a little bend into your knees. Press to your heels. Slowly stack your vertebrae one at a time. Your head is the last to rise, and bring your shoulders up and relax your shoulders down. Tadasana. You're going to just step back with that left foot. Okay, I don't want you to worry about what your warrior ones look like today. I do want you to make sure that your hips are squared forward. And you might reach your arms out and up. And I want you to only go to wherever feels good. Meaning, I don't want you to look like this or like this, okay? I'm right here today. This is what feels good in my shoulders, what feels good in my neck, my chest. My hips are forward, my arms are out. On an exhale, I'm going to cactus my arms. Squeeze my shoulder blades together. Inhale, bring your arms in together. Exhale, fly your arms behind you. Inhale, reach up. We'll do that again together. On an exhale, you cactus. On an inhale, you reach those arms together. Exhale, fly your arms back behind you. Inhale your arms up and reach. Do this with your own breath. So we cactus, we reach together, we fly, we reach up. One more time. Nice job. From your warrior ones, we're going to turn those back toes, open up our hips into warrior two. Turn your palms so that they face up. Bring your gaze past your middle finger and just be. Nice and strong, beautiful warriors, rooting down through that foundation all the way up through the crown of your head. From here, I want you to attack that outer hip back as you extend forward, Trikonasana, triangle pose. You can bring your hand to your shin, behind you, to that block or to that book. Triangle pose and hold. Let your feet firm down. Root through your feet and through your legs. And feel the spaciousness in those roots and what that brings to your inner body. Triangle pose. Nice job. From here, we're going to reach that left arm past our ear. Walk our hands to center. Turn those toes so that they're parallel. Wide-legged forward fold or prasarta. On an inhale, again, halfway. Lift. Exhale, bow forward and fold. And breathe. We're going to gently lift and we're going to walk our hands over to the left. Turn those left toes out. Walk your hands over and you're going to find surfer pose. You can bring your hands together to your heart center. You can stay up nice and tall. And breathe. Grow a little bit taller. Nice work. Bring your hands to your mat. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Bend into your knees, lift your gaze. Step hop or walk your feet to the top of your mat. Bow forward and fold. Your little bend into your knees, stack your vertebrae one at a time. Your head is the last to rise. Shoulders come up and shoulders come down. Tadasana. Go ahead, step that right foot back, warrior one. Second side. Hips stay square to the top of your mat. Feel a nice stretch in the back of that right leg. And reach your arms up to where it feels good when you're ready. On an exhale, we cactus. On an inhale, we bring them in. On an exhale, we fly our arms back behind us. And on an inhale, we reach up. Exhale, we cactus. Inhale, we come together. Exhale, you fly. And inhale, you reach. Your turn 3 more times. Have all of your animals decided to do yoga with you the last 11 weeks? It's pretty cool. I like the photos. One more time, everybody. We reach, we cactus, we come together, we fly, and up. We open up to warrior 2. Find that foundation. Open up your hips. Flip your palms so that they face up. Gaze past your front middle finger. Shoulders stay down. Mine wants to be here. Sink it down. Nice job. Breathe while you're here. Tack that outer hip back as you extend forward. Trikonasana, second side. Taking notice to how one side feels compared to the other. Bringing your gaze down, bringing your gaze out, bringing your gaze up. Play around with this as you're here for the next 3 breaths. Circle, sweep that right arm down. Come back to Prasarta. Make adjustments that you need to. On an inhale, I want you to halfway lift. And an exhale, spill your top body over your thighs and fold. Just breathe. Turn those right toes out and walk your hands to the back of your mat, finding that half surfer pose. Hands together to your heart center, shoulders down, spines long. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Lengthen. Nice job. Bring your hands down, lift your hips up as you walk to the top of your mats. Finding that low lunge. Plant your hands and step back. Downward facing dog. 2 more breaths here. Look to the top of your mat. Step hop or walk your feet there. Bow forward and fold. We're going to heel and toe our feet apart so that our heels are on our mat, our toes are off our mat. And sink your hips down nice and low to Malasana or Yogi Squat. If you have your pillows or your block, you might stick that underneath your seat. Whoop! Don't slide off it though. Make sure you're pressing through all 4 points of each foot. Lengthen through your crown. Keep those shoulders down. Press the backs of your arms into your thighs and your thighs into the backs of your arms. Just as tabletop from the beginning of our practice, take the next minute here for yourself and move how it feels good in your body. Maybe you want to find a twist. Maybe you want to find crow. Maybe you want to find child's pose. Maybe you just do you. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Be gentle, be sweet with yourself. Feel that connection with all 4 feet. 4 points of each foot, all 4 feet, excuse me, all 4 points of each foot. And connected to the ground. Nice job. Bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Lift your hips up, toe and heel, your feet back in, find your forward fold. Allow your head again to hang heavy and breathe. We're going to step back to tabletop. Now this is where it might feel nice to have those props with you. So you might want to bring them nearby. Maybe you extend those left toes back behind you. We're coming into pigeon, so if this is part of your practice, go ahead and find yourself pigeon on the right. If this is not part of your practice, we're going to press through those left toes, lift that right knee up, send it behind our right wrist, and let that left leg be nice and long behind us. Options here. Maybe you bring a pillow or a blanket underneath your right seat. Maybe you take that bigger pillow and place it underneath your left thigh. Maybe this isn't comfortable for you at all, so you take it down onto your back. Cross your right ankle over your left. Pull that hamstring or that shin in and hold it here, keeping both feet flexed. Wherever you want to be is fine. Maybe you lower it down to your forearms. Maybe you extend those arms out long in front of you. And breathe. You can close your eyes here and just be. Nice big breaths. Begin to gently bring yourself out of this pose. Maybe you take a down dog. Maybe you just drop your hips from side to side. Wherever feels good. And then we'll repeat. So that right leg comes behind you, left wrist, or left knee behind your left wrist, excuse me. Spines are long. Use those pillows. Take it in that supine position if that feels better. Close your eyes and just be with your breath. Taking care of you. Using those props, not because this is new to you or because you need them, but think of those props as a way to just help you, right? Sometimes we just need a little extra assistance by putting that pillow underneath our seat or underneath our thigh or taking it to that supine position. Whether we've been doing yoga for a day or a month or a year or 100, it doesn't matter. What does matter is our breath, because our breath is life, and not overextending or overstretching anything. Taking your time, finding your way back into tabletop. Again, maybe taking a downward facing dog or moving those hips from side to side. We're going to find ourselves in Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, so that means we're on our backs, the soles of our feet are together, our knees are apart. A really nice way to take this pose to really open up our hearts is by using these props. Now, if you don't have these, that's fine. Remember, that's totally fine. But if you do and you want to use them, you've got a block underneath your head. You've got a larger pillow or bolster. That's going to go mid-back, right about at your ribs. And you might bring those two pillows to place underneath your knees, just to support, okay? We want those knees to drop open, but sometimes we just don't have the flexibility. So you might look something like this. Open up your chest, open up your heart, let your arms to the sides. No props, looks exactly the same. Soles of our feet together. Knees out. Arms can be out, right? And just close your eyes. Settle in. Maybe take a body scan while you're here. Take notice to your muscles. Take notice to where you're holding on and need to let go. Or take notice to where you're holding on and what are you holding on to. Know that you are invited to stay right where you are, or extend your legs out nice and long for your final Shavasana, allowing your spine to sink into your mat, allowing your palms to face up or your palms to face down. Relaxing the muscles in your face, melting your shoulders to your mat, heels in, toes out. Maybe gently part your lips and just allow yourself to sweetly breathe. Welcome in gentle movements back into your body. Maybe you start by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe extending your arms up and over your head. Flex and point your feet. Invite one knee into your chest and your other knee into your chest. Gently rock yourself from one side to the other. Pause on one side, and when you're ready, gently press yourself up into easy pose. Legs are crossed like a pretzel. And just let your hands lie in your lap with one hand on top of the other, both palms facing up. Gently close your eyes on your exhale. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. root down through your sit bones, grow tall through your crown. Maybe you find that steadiness in your body and your breath. Remind yourself you belong here. You are here on purpose. You have a right to be in this body and in this life. You have a responsibility to stand with intention. Bring your hands together to your heart center. Take one moment of reflection for yourself, mind, body, spirit. On an inhale, reach your arms out and up and take up space. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Inhale your arms out and up, take up space. Exhale your hands to your heart center. One more final time, reach out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And dedication of our community, our St. Paul community, it was an honor to lead you this evening. Until we meet again, namaste. Thanks. Have a good night. Stay dry. Stay cool. Questions, comments, concerns, I'm here. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Otherwise, have a good Tuesday and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.